Hey, my name is Mina Hakim. I'm a first year physical therapy student here at PCOM. I just need to verify some information. That's okay with you? Can I please get your name?
Andrew Abraham.
All right. And how would you like to be addressed?
Andrew's fine.
Perfect, Andrew. And can you verify for me your date of birth?
June 12th, 1998.
All right. And can you verify what year we're in right now?
2022.
Okay. Do you know where you're at right now?
PCOM.
Okay. Do you know why you're here today?
I was having some issues with my shoulder. I wanted to get checked out.
All right. Perfect. Thank you. And can you and what gender do you identify with?
Male.
And what about your race?
Middle Eastern.
And do you have your insurance card with you today?
I gave it to the front desk.
And your advance directive, it's like a will, emergency contact?
Also with the front desk.
All right, perfect. And what brings you into therapy today?
So I was working out at the gym, and then whenever I was doing like extensions on my shoulder, I just noticed like kind of like a pop. It's been hurting ever since.
And it's on your right shoulder. And where exactly would you say? You said the front part right here?
Yeah, like here and like on the side a little bit.
Okay. And how can you describe this pain? Is it sharp?
Yeah, it's like a sharp pain.
Sharp pain. All right. And so you were saying when you worked out, and how long ago was that?
This was yesterday.
Yesterday. Okay. And what would you rate your pain on a scale of 0 to 10, with 10 being excruciating pain, burning pain? What would you say you're at right now at rest?
Like right now, I'd say probably about a 7.
Right now, 7?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And how about when there's any movement, or you try to like lift your arm up?
Oh, whenever I try to move it, it's like a 10.
A 10. Okay. And what would you say makes the pain better?
Honestly, just keeping it still like this whenever I don't engage it.
Do you use any ice packs or a heating pad?
I tried ice last night. It was like temporary relief, but it still hurts again this morning.
Okay. And anything that makes it worse other than just moving?
Just movement.
How far can you lift that up? Is it
like right about there?
That's about all you can go. Right. And are there any other activities that you could do before you were injured and you can't do now?
Not that I could think of. Like I said, it was just yesterday.
All right. And have you taken any medication since yesterday?
No.
All right. And do you have any prescriptions that did you go see a doctor for
No,
this?
this is the first place I came.
Okay, perfect. So no imaging has been done?
Not yet.
All right. And do you have any allergies?
No.
Any allergies to latex?
No.
Lotions?
Mm-hmm.
Gel?
Mm-hmm.
All right. And any past medical history that's important for me to know?
Not that I'm aware of, no.
All right. And any surgical history, any past surgeries that you've had?
No.
All right. And how about your family history? Any family history in your father or mother's side?
No, they're both
I should
healthy.
be aware of?
No, they're both healthy, thankfully.
All right, thank you. All right, and are there any cultural or religious beliefs that I should be aware of?
No, nothing that I think would impact my treatment.
All right, perfect, thank you. And can you tell me who you live with?
I live by myself.
Alone, all right. And are there like any stairs or anything that you haven't been able to like use or like reach into a cabinet?
Yeah, I noticed it was a little difficult whenever I was trying to like get a plate this morning. I just ended up using my left.
All right. And do you live on the first story?
Third, but I have an elevator.
Perfect, all right. And how's your work environment like?
It's pretty good. Like the hours are long, but thankfully it's not physically demanding. Like I work on a computer.
Okay, so it's pretty easy with your injury right now.
Yeah, thankfully like don't really have to like move my shoulder as much.
All right. And do you smoke at all?
No.
All right. Have you used any recreational drugs?
No.
All right. And do you drink any alcohol?
Like once a week.
Once a week? Okay. So like socially?
Yeah, just social drinking.
All right. And do you exercise?
Yeah, I probably try to work out like 3 to 4 times a week.
All right. And what are your goals out of therapy?
Honestly, just to get the range of motion back in my shoulder.
Yeah, and I hope we could do that for you. And is there anything else that you'd like to mention for me before we start your exam?
No, that's basically it.
All right, thank you. And do you give me consent to begin the exam and kind of go through the range of motions with you?
Yes, definitely.
All right. And I'm just gonna wash my hands now. All right, and then before we begin the exam, if I was to send you home with a home exercise program, how would you prefer to learn? By videos, pictures, writing?
Videos are probably the best.
Videos, all right. Perfect. Thank you. And if you could please take your shoes and socks off for me, that'd be great. And we're gonna begin with your vital signs. So I'm gonna take your blood pressure first, if that's okay with you.
Yeah.
And like I could use you. If you could scoot down a little bit. Alright, so I'm just gonna palpate here for your brachial artery. Alright, so I got 124/82 for your blood pressure, so for that normal limits. And if that's okay, I'm going to take your heart rate for a minute. You. So your heart rate was 64 beats per minute, and your respiratory rate was 14 breaths per minute. And they're both, the heart rate is within normal limits, regular heart rate, and your respiratory rate, regular as well, within normal limits. So that's good. And I'm just gonna take your pulse ox if that's okay with you. Right, if you could put your finger up here, please. Just let it rest for a second. All right, 99% as well within normal limits. All right, so now I'm just gonna check for any scars, lesions in the area of injury and just around your arm and around the other arm and on your feet and your legs. All right, and checking for any edema as well. All right, perfect. So your integumentary system looks intact. Now we're gonna just begin our neuromuscular exam. Just gonna go through a couple tests for balance, mobility, check your gait, and then we're gonna do a couple strength tests and range of motions, if that's okay with you.
Sounds good.
All right, thank you. If you could just stand up for me and just take a couple steps forward, right? And then a couple steps back for me. You could turn around and back to your seat for me, please. All right, and you can go ahead and sit down. So we're first gonna do finger and nose test. So if you could put your finger on your nose and then touch my finger and then follow it as I move it after. All right. Perfect, thank you. And then we could do the other finger as well. We're gonna do the same thing. If you could touch my finger and then touch my finger. Perfect, thank you. And then we're gonna do a heel to shin, and up to your knee. So if you can get your heel and roll it up to your knee, and then the same thing on the other side. Heel to shin, up to your knee, perfect. All right. And then if you could just kind of tap your feet and then kind of speed it up a little bit as fast as you can go. Perfect, thank you. And I'm just gonna take you through some alternating motions as well in your hands. So if you could just relax for me, I'm just gonna passively move your hand, all right? Your arm, perfect, thank you. Now I'm gonna do the same thing on this side. All right, thank you. And I'm gonna do the same thing for your foot as well. I'm just gonna lift it up and then just take it as well through. All right, perfect, thank you. Same thing over here. Thank you. All right, and if you could stand up for me, we're just gonna do a balance test. If you could turn around and face this way. If you can cross your arms, and for 30 seconds, just gonna see, keep your feet shoulder width apart. All right, perfect. And now if you could bring your feet together, touching, all the way touching. Thank you. Keep your arms crossed. We're gonna do this for 30 seconds. Just keep your eyes open. All right, now if you close your eyes for me, do the same thing as well, 30 seconds. All right, and then now I'm just gonna apply some resistance. You can open your eyes. We're gonna first do it with your eyes open for 30 seconds as well. Just check your balance. All right, perfect, thank you. If you can close your eyes for me, we're gonna do the same thing now, just with your eyes closed. Perfect, thank you. Now you can go ahead and sit down again for me, please. For this one, actually, you could stand up, sorry.
No, you're fine.
We're just gonna do a range of motion now. If you can bring your chin down to your chest, all right, and back up, all the way back as far as you can go, all right, and bring one ear down to your shoulder, and the same with the other side. All right, if you could look to your left, and then to your right, all right, and then if you can reach your toes with your hands, just wanna check the back tree, perfect, back up, and then put your hands behind your back, and reach back as far as you can go. Lean back as far as you can go. Perfect, thank you. Right, and if you can reach to one side, and then to the other side, and rotate your body without moving your feet. Perfect, thank you. And then now just shoulder test, and as far as you can go on your arm, we're gonna do first, if you can lift up your arms all the way as far as you can go. Perfect, thank you. Back down, and as far back as you can go. All right, and to your side, as far up as you can go. All right, back down, and then up here, as far as you can go. Bring them in for me, and then out, and then give yourself a big hug as much as you can. All right, and back out. Perfect. And then same thing with your elbows. If you can bring them up, back down. All right, if you can keep your arms out here, turn your palms down, back up. And same thing with your wrists. If you could thumb up, back down, in, out, and then if you could make a fist, open it up, and then open your fingers. Perfect. All right, and then you can go ahead and sit up here. All right, and I'll just put this for you. You can just put your feet on it. Is that okay for you?
Yeah.
If you could lift up one leg up, and the same with the other side. And then if you could lock your knees in together and then move them apart. All right. And then if you could bring your leg in and out, much as you can, and the same with the other one, in and out. All right. And then if you can kick your leg out, and then as far back as you can go, and then the same one for this one. Kick it out, and then as far back as you can go. And then for your ankle, if you could point your toes down and then up, and the same on this one. If you could point your toes down and up, and then bring your foot in, and then out. And the same with the other one, if you could bring it in and out. Perfect. All right. And now if you can stand up for me. So we're gonna do the same thing now, just we're gonna apply some, I'm gonna apply some resistance now, and as much as you can, that'd be great. All right, and if you could shrug your shoulders for me, just don't let me push down. All right, and just let me know if it feels uncomfortable at all. All right, and if you could bring your arms out as much as you can, I'm gonna push down. Right, resist my motion. I'm gonna push up. I'm gonna push up, resist. We'll do that one more time. I'm gonna push down, resist motion, right? And I'm gonna push up, motion, perfect. And then back out. I'm gonna push down, don't let me push down. And then I'm gonna push up, don't let me push up. Perfect. If you could bring your arms out for me, all right? I'm gonna push down on this one, don't let me push down. Right, I'm gonna pull up, I'm gonna push up. Let me push up, and then just as much as you can. All right. And then the same thing here. I'm gonna push up, right? If you could bring your arms out, I'm gonna push in. Now let me push in. I'm gonna push them out, let me push them out. I'm gonna push them out, let me push out, all right? All right, I'm gonna push them in, let me push, all right. All right, and then I'm just gonna, as well, just let me know if that's okay. I'm gonna push in, don't let me push in. Right, and I'm gonna push out, don't let me push out. Same thing over here. I'm gonna push out, don't let me push out. I'm gonna push in, don't let me push in. Right, and if you keep your arms up for me. I'm gonna push down, don't let me push down. I'm gonna pull up, I'm gonna push up. I'm gonna push down here, don't let me push down. Resist that motion. And then if you can grab my forearm as well, I'm gonna try to turn you, don't let me turn you, right? And then I'm gonna try to turn you down, let me turn your palm down, right? Same thing here, if you can grab my wrist. I'm gonna try to turn you up, don't let me turn your palms up, right? And I'm gonna try to turn your palm down, let me turn it down. Right? There we go, thank you. You can bring your arms up, all right? Don't let me resist my motion, resist my motion. Resist my motion. Yeah, resist my motion for me, please. All right, and if you could bring it in. I'm gonna push in, I'm gonna push out, don't let me push out. And then you can bring them out. I'm gonna push in, don't let me push in. Here, I'm gonna push. Thank you. I'm gonna push in, don't let me push in. Right, I'm gonna push out, don't let me push out. If you could squeeze my fingers for me. Thank you. Open up. And if you could open your fingers for me, don't let me close them. Right, don't let me close your fingers. Let me close your fingers. Let me close your fingers. All right. If you could sit up here for me. If you could lift up your leg for me, I'm gonna push down. Let me push it down. All right. I know I will try to lift it up. Don't let me lift it up. All right. Same thing over here. I'm gonna push down. If you could lift your leg up for me, I'm gonna push down. Let me push down. And I'm gonna try to lift you up. Don't let me lift you up. Right. And then I'm gonna try to close your knees on me. All right. And I'm gonna try to push them apart. Don't let me push them apart. Perfect. If you could bring your leg in, I'm gonna try to push down, let me push down. If you can bring it out, I'm gonna try to push in, don't let me push in. I'm gonna push down, I'm gonna push in, don't let me push in. If you can bring them in, I'm gonna push out, let me push out. And if you keep one leg out, I'm gonna try to push it in, don't let me push it in. All right, you can relax. And then I'm gonna try to pull it out, don't let me pull it out. I'm gonna push in, don't let me push in. I'm gonna try to pull it out, don't let me pull it out, right? Same thing for your ankle. If you could bring your toes up, I'm gonna try to push down, let me push down, all right? Try to lift it up, same thing over here. Lift it up for me, please. Okay. Push up, let me pull up. If you could turn your foot in and try to turn it out. If you could turn it out, I'm gonna try to push it in. Thank you. Push it in, don't let me push it out. Now I'm gonna turn it out. All right, so your neuromuscular exam looks intact, except for your right side where the pain was. So we'll mark that down for you. But everything else looks symmetrical from sit to stand. Thank you very much.